My name is Michael Dana. In 2008, I was diagnosed with a rare brain cancer, and after 6 years, I was cancer free. But the ordeal left me changed, with a different outlook on life and a new sense of priorities. While still recovering, I earned a degree in economics from UNC Chapel Hill. My studies taught me to analyze data and open my mind to see things differently. I also started formal training in the martial arts to better defend myself and use it as a means of extreme physical therapy. Since then, I've obtained black belts in 3 martial arts. I own and run a martial arts school and have logged over 51 teaching hours. To my friends and family, I'm a simple business owner. But to the martial arts world, I'm something else. I am Sifu Mike, and this is Dragon Theory. Hello, I'm Sifu Mike, and I'm here to talk to you about a very important global health issue, okay? The Mexican beer virus, alright? And to clarify, the one I'm talking about is not the Modelo disorder or the Dos Equis syndrome, okay? We're talking about the coronavirus, right? The one that's often paired with Lyme disease, okay? That virus, alright? And just like influenza, there are many different types or strands of corona, right? You might have the extra, and you have the light, and you have the premier. Okay, the one I'm talking about is COVID-19. All right, you have to know about this thing, all right, in order to better protect it. Because in my philosophy, you can't really accurately defend yourself against something if you don't know what that something is. So I'm going to impart my limited amount of information about this subject because honestly, I'm not a doctor. Okay, the place to go to for really good hardcore facts is the CDC, the Center for Disease Control and Prevention. Alright, so make sure to go there to really get the hardcore, nitty-gritty, up-to-date information about this. I'm going to give you mostly what I've learned from that website. Alright, and so I'm going to impart that to you in this video, in this Dragon Theory that I am making right now. And so I am talking to you about COVID-19, right? The very important COVID-19 that you have to know about in order to, like I said, defend against it. Now, the symptoms of COVID-19, all right, the coronavirus, it's a very respiratory type virus. It's going to come with a cough and a fever, all right? And so those are like the two main things. And the cough is like a dry cough, right? You might have some pain in your chest kind of deal. Those are actually not that worse than like having the flu. Okay, the flu actually has more symptoms. Okay, one of the things that the flu has is it might cause diarrhea, all right, and vomiting. Okay, COVID-19 doesn't cause that. All right, so it doesn't cause you to crap a whole lot, basically. So you don't need to go to the store and buy all the toilet paper. All right, so that right there you have it. So, don't buy all the toilet paper. You don't need to. All right. Another thing is that COVID-19 actually doesn't transmit through water. All right, they found that it doesn't actually transmit through water, and one of the side effects is that it doesn't actually randomly, magically turn your faucet off. Right, and so you don't need to buy up all of the bottles of water in the store. You'll be fine, right? Just, if you're suspecting that your water might be somehow contaminated, take it, put it in a pot, boil it. Been working for a long time. All right, but it's not going to have COVID-19, so you don't need to buy up all the water. You don't need to buy up all the toilet paper. You don't need to buy up all the perishable goods because you're stocking up for, what, a month? All right, that stuff's not going to last. Buy canned goods. If you want stuff that lasts, buy canned goods. Rice, whatever like that, things that last. Now, like I said, COVID-19, you have the different types of symptoms. Okay, the symptoms don't actually last that long. We're talking about maybe 2 weeks. Okay, and you feel bad for 2 weeks is not a good thing. To put that into perspective, though, cancer survivors, they understand feeling bad for very long periods of time. We're talking like months, years, right? Every single day. And so they understand what it's like to feel bad, and they come through it. They're cancer survivors. I'm one of them, right? And so you can totally do that. You are tougher than you think. All right, if you're a healthy adult person, then you'll be fine, right? Same thing for like if veterans, they get shot and blown up, or both, right? They're still going, right? They still keep going. You can keep going. You're very strong. You're stronger than you think. Don't freak out, okay? And so if you get it, you'll be all right. The people that need to worry about this are the really old and really young, and the people who have pre-existing like medical conditions that make them susceptible to being sick. Not just coronavirus, but any virus, respiratory problems, or if they have immune deficiencies, those kind of things. All right, so the whole quarantine is actually to keep the virus contained so it doesn't get to those people. Okay, we don't want it to get to those people, the people who are at risk for having really bad complications if they get sick by any standard. Okay, so that is why we're doing the quarantine, to make sure it doesn't spread to people we don't want it to get to, and not to overload the hospitals with actually, the hospitals are filled with the people that we don't want to get sick, right? Some of those people are there already, so we don't want to bring that to them, kind of deal. Right, so they're making people stay at home because they don't want to overload hospitals. They don't want this thing to run rampant before they can find kind of a vaccine for it, right? But still, don't freak out. You'll be okay. Now, the preventative measures that you can take are very simple, okay? Wash your hands, all right? Wash your hands, all right? Cover your mouth, vampire cape. Alright, so that kind of deal, don't touch your face, don't touch the other people's face, right? If you do like a high five or whatever, sanitize your hands, do all that kind of things, the stuff you really should be doing anyways, right? Because these preventative measures are literally no different than what you would need to do to prevent like the common cold, something that most average adults get like twice a year. All right, again, go to CDC. They got all this stuff there. Okay, now there is one key difference between what you need to do for the COVID virus that you don't have to do for, well, you do need to do it all the time. So what it is stay calm. All right, you'll be fine. You need to have the knowledge that you'll be okay and not freak out. Okay, and this applies directly to self-defense that I teach, because I can teach a person all the self-defense techniques in the world. If they freak out, not going to really happen, right? So I'm always drilling stuff into people to get it like muscle memory, so that when their brain stops working, their body knows what to do in that situation. Okay, don't freak out because you're not quite there. Get as much information as you can so that you can prevent freaking out and overreacting to this. Okay, we all need to keep our heads on together and keep it on straight, so that we can help keep this thing contained, so it doesn't get to the people we don't want it to get to. We don't want it to hurt the people who are at risk, right? And so we all know somebody who would fall into that category, right? We want to do what we can to help them out. And I've been saying it for years, and I'll say it over and over again. If everybody tried to make life better for the person next to them, this world would be awesome. Okay, so that is what you need to do. That's the mindset you need to have to, not only just protect yourself, but do what you can to make things better for other people around you, all right? Because you don't know if they're at risk or not, right? So you have to have that, all right? Remember, this is a totally containable virus, right? Do not freak out. Just get as much knowledge as you can, all right, so that you can totally understand this thing. Right, you can't you can't protect yourself against something if you don't know what that something is. So, time to tell you, go to CDC, find out this information, find out what it is that could be a threat, right? That is a threat, right? Not as big a threat. Again, put it in context with some of the other things. I mean, you're more likely to get seriously injured or die from gravity every single year. The likelihood of that is higher than dying from the COVID-19 virus at the time. All right. Same thing with like traffic. Okay, this is all in the CDC. Right, there's a whole bunch of people get seriously injured or pass away because of traffic and gravity, and those are legitimate threats that happen all the time that are there. You just need to know about it and not freak out. Remain calm. Drive safe too. So we have those things, and the preventative measures for it that you need to take to help you stay safe, help others stay safe in this thing, okay? And to better understand what is going on and what isn't. And understand that it's not just people who are going to be affected, but businesses, okay? We've already seen this in a lot of different businesses, theaters not having people, movies being moved back, restaurants not having people. My martial arts business, I got people who aren't coming to that. The entire event industry has been decimated, all right? They're just like canceling events left and right. And so everybody knows somebody who kind of falls into those categories as well. Do what you can to help them out, because they might also be hurt. They're not going to get the virus, they don't have the virus, but they're definitely feeling the effects of it. Okay, that's one of the big things about cancer, is that it's not just bad for the person who has it, but for all the people that care about that person, and their loved ones that they care about as well, and they're feeling helpless. It's this terrible thing. It really is a terrible thing, and it can be better. You just gotta help make it better. Okay, everything can be better. Everything can always be worse. It's all how you look at it that makes you be like happy in life, kind of deal. And so we're all in this together. We all need to help each other out and keep our heads on straight and not be like freaking out over this thing. We can do it, right? So make sure, again, learn as much as you can. Wash your hands, prevent that stuff, okay? You have to mitigate this misunderstanding, because people fear what they don't understand. Now, fear leads to anger, and anger leads to hate, and hate leads to suffering, okay? And before you know it, you're missing a hand and you're being digitally edited out of a DVD release, all right? So you don't want that, okay? And admittedly, my metaphor kind of fell apart the further down the rabbit hole I went, but just like that, all right, the more we let fear control us and determine our actions, the further down the rabbit hole we go, right, the worse it's going to get, the more it's going to fall apart. So yeah, that's right. Totally ironed out my metaphor with another metaphor. Metaphorically wrinkle-free. And you can be too, with knowledge. Alright, so that's the whole purpose behind this video, is that I hope you learned something. Definitely check out CDC for updates and everything that you need to help with prevention and helping other people around you. Alright, so now if you like this video, hit the subscribe button and the bell and everything, and definitely check out the Facebook page I got, and I've got a Twitter account and YouTube account. I've got another website called thedragonmethod.com if you're curious about learning how to teach martial arts, right? I got all of that stuff. TKFMMA, that's the YouTube channel, so YouTube/TKFMMA, and Facebook/TKFMMA, and the Dragon Method, and so we're all there. I'm all everywhere, man. I'm not as viral as the coronavirus, but I'm working there, getting there. I'm just, I don't make you cough or anything like that. So I'm like the good kind of viral. So I don't know, that might be a tasteless joke, but whatever. Anyways, man, hope you learned something. Guys, take care of yourself, and I'll catch you later. All right.